What is up, guys? It is John, the owner of the Game Master Guys here.
Hello, it's Cookie.
This is Ty is present.
Ryu is here.
What's my fucking line, John?
You should have it ready. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Sure,
okay.
line.
All right.
You make that line.
Okay.
Okay,
Hello.
you talk too much. All right. Well, anyways, Mark had to find ways.
I didn't even get to introduce myself.
Well, anyways, welcome guys to our very first session of the TGMG cast. I literally just thought that just right now because I had no better way to name this podcast. Now, just a brief history real quick. I used to do a podcast way in the beginning of the channel's Pioneer, only like once. That's it.
And then John got inspired by my slutcast. Link will
That's
be in
not
the
how I got
description.
inspired by.
Yep. Yes. I'm plugging myself in. Link in the description.
Oh my god. Now you're making me want to
my
do it.
gosh.
Whatever. So as one way to start this is gonna be like a monthly thing. I'll try to come up with topics every here and now and then. I'm a bit late to the bandwagon or the hype train with this, but better late than never. The first way to start this off is to talk about the most popular show that's been recent going on throughout this season on Netflix, which is Squid Game, a Korean drama. You know,
Yay.
it's thriller, horror fiction. I mean, what got people's appeal to it is in many ways. It's probably like the acting, it's like a deadly challenge with games and all that. You know,
Yeah,
a simple
it's
story.
the concept, really.
The Mario Party inspirations. That was
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my
Total.
gosh.
Also, to further discuss this, there will be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled,
Spoiler.
then don't further watch this. Just watch this.
The old man has a
Go
brain
watch
tumor.
Squid Game.
Oh my God.
God.
Also-
The old man has a brain tumor. All right, spoilers out of the way.
Wow,
It's
good
already
job.
It's already out there. Yes, thank you.
Wow, Mark.
It's already out there.
I'm glad you got it out. But yes.
Yes.
Now, like with Squid Game overall, you know, this was like a very popular show. Like at least it spiked its popularity during October, and I mean the popularity is still there. But I know October, that's when it really. Well, yeah, it was pretty much last month it got it really crazy. Like I see references everywhere. Like I thought people were talking about Splatoon or something. That's literally what the first thing came.
I saw memes about it, so it's like, I don't know. I've never seen the show.
Yeah.
It's something about squids. And I'm like, wait, there's a show about squids? And even when my friends are like discussing it, I'm like, yo, are squids involved? And then they're like, no, what the fuck, dude?
Little did we know that different cultures had their own different kids games, and one of them just happened to be called Squid Game.
Yeah,
Which
how
I-
I got into freaking Squid Game is like, I think Ryu asked me one time if I've watched Squid Game or if I know about it, and I was like, yeah, I know Splatoon.
Wow.
I had no
but then everybody
idea.
was talking about it, so I was like, oh, let's check it out.
Someone made a fan game on Steam called Crab Game.
Crap game.
One
Yeah.
of my friend groups was playing that earlier today.
Oh, it's so stupid. It's fun.
Oh yeah,
I bet
it's
it
free.
is.
I wanna have a TGMG session on that game.
We should have a
Right.
freaking TGMG session of Roblox Squid Game.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
no. Roblox is the last thing I want to do. And watch that aid. I said the same for Minecraft.
but
and look where I'm at.
okay,
Yeah, you said
Okay,
the
but-
same about Minecraft, but Roblox is
okay,
still cool.
but John, can we at least play Crab Game?
I don't know what the fuck Crab Game is.
Look
It's
it
a
up.
Squid. It's a Squid Game knockoff that's free on Steam.
And it's
basically the
crabs?
exact same. No, it does the same thing as Squid Game, but to avoid copyright infringement, he called it Crab Game.
That
Interesting.
sounds very stupid.
Let me look this
Yeah.
up as we
Sounds
speak.
crappy.
Somehow it got approved by Steam.
Ew, anything can get approved at Steam.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can't plagiarize it because it's not Squid Game, it's Crab Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, crabs. I've
What
seen
does
it. It
the
looks
world come
hilarious,
to?
fun.
Crab Game, yeah, it does look. I already have it.
Oh, I've seen
that.
I've seen this game before. Oh yeah.
Sounds crabby.
Wow, the logo's even a
it
knockout
is.
too. That's funny.
Look at this guy.
Wow,
Look
Look
at
at
this
this
guy.
guy.
looks like a cheap knockoff. Definitely.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of this game. But yeah, I first heard about Squid Game like I was at my sister's house one day. I don't know, just doing errands. I don't know what she wants. She always bugs me. But I was there and she was telling me about this show called Squid Games. I've heard of Squid Game. There at first I saw them watch. It was like I saw like a bunch of Korean actors or whatever. I was like, wait a minute. Like the first thing that came into my mind. I mean, well, this is before I knew they were speaking Korean. I mean, I don't know much about Asian languages but I don't know, like just from the special effects or something, or I thought it was like a new. Like I think Jamie's the only one who know this, but I thought it was like a movie kind of like similar style to Shaolin Soccer or
Oh my god.
or Kung Fu Hustle. I mean,
Yeah, that one.
yeah, I thought they were watching a movie kind of similar to those two, because like those movies are really popular, but they're like Hong Kong movies though, and it's really funny. It's like anime movies, but in real life, and the way they do it is it's freaking janky. The special effects are pretty bad, but it's so entertaining to watch. But the movie actually itself is pretty good. But yeah, and I thought they were watching that, but they just told me the Squid Game or whatever, and I was like, I don't know what the Squid Game is. She was telling me, I was like, oh, people just play these games and they die if they lose. And I was like, the first thing that came to my mind, wait, is this Sword Art Online then or something?
Oh my god.
Oh,
So-
It always has to
No,
remind you of
the only difference is that they're not inside a video game.
I know. I thought that's what my sister was talking about. I thought they're inside of a video game. I mean, I didn't see the games itself. I just saw her talk about it. I mean, like I thought it was also like Hunter x Hunter Greed Islands, but I mean, Sword Art Online's a more popular way to reference them. But yeah, so
right.
yeah, and and basically like I've been seeing memes on Twitter as it goes by, like tracksuits, people referencing, hey, Mario Party is the original Squid Game. I've been seeing memes left and right as the popularity spiked, and a lot of people at my school, even my coworkers, they've seen it. I was like, what is this game? My sister told me about it, and now I'm seeing people just like talking about it everywhere, making references. Like there's these guys with PlayStation symbols on their face. I was like, what the hell is this?
PlayStation symbols, wow.
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
triangle, a square, and a circle. That's from
To
a
be-
PlayStation.
To be fair, I thought the same thing once I saw those shapes. Like, oh, there's PlayStation symbols for employees.
Yeah, I
Where's
know.
the
Pretty
X
bizarre.
button? Where's the X button?
Yeah,
Where's the X button?
Where's the
they didn't want to fully copyright.
I think they had a reason why they wouldn't do the X button.
I read about a reason why. It's because X button is also on the Xbox and Nintendo controllers. That's why they didn't want it in.
That's true.
Oh, I thought it was just
I can't-
copyright.
I can't tell if you guys are actually being like sarcastic or being truthful.
No, I think
Depends if
that's the
the
reason.
Depends if the article I read is sarcastic or not.
Well, what's this article?
I need to find it again.
Look it up.
It sounds already. It's off to a bad start.
Let me look it up while.
Squid Game PlayStation.
Yeah, no, and that like for a while now, even you guys have started watching it. I know Mark was talking about it too, and he was telling me.
I started watching it because I heard it was okay. So it's actually for a really dumb reason. I heard it was gonna get censored, but I didn't know what that meant. So I thought it would meant censoring the violence in general because it was too graphic. So I was like, I wanted to at least watch it with the way it was intended to watch it. But no, it wasn't getting censored here. It was getting censored in Korea. Because, you know, the fact that the show, as violent as it is, actually even made it to Korea, like, in its current status, is actually really rare in shows or movies like that. So, like, the fact that it's as violent as it is, it's actually kind of amazing that it actually did come out in the States. Like, but I misunderstood them censoring it in Korea to them censoring it in general. And so that's why I just decided to see it now of all times.
Wow, that's a very one-way reason to define why you want to watch it. All right.
Yeah, because like when it comes to TV shows, I usually have a hard time like getting into it. You know, like it's not. I don't know. Like you have to force me against my will. You have to tie me to a chair to actually get me to watch a TV show.
Right.
Yeah, better
and then
to really watch it right now and not later when the show doesn't become popular anymore.
Yeah. So.
Watch it while the hype's still active.
Yeah, that's why I watched it. Like, I don't watch reality shows or anything. Like, I don't often,
Reality shows.
or like I don't.
Like-
I just watch anime. Okay, I don't watch anything on.
Yeah, you watch those cartoons.
Whatever.
You're more used to.
Whatever. I mean, I'm not interested in it. I mean, if there is, I'll watch it. But otherwise, I don't
To
care.
each their own.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I watch what I watch. But I just want to know what the hype was.
Watching it. Yeah, I was genuinely curious about it.
Like, people were talking about it. I mean, I never followed trendy stuff that much, but I think this one was different. And, like, you may want, like, I know I'm already late to bring this up, but why am I even doing this as a session? You know, it's, like, about a TV show rather than games, because, like, For like, I don't know. I thought this was an exception to talk about Squid Games, just because I don't know. Maybe the only connection I have is just it's Mario Party but deadly, and it's like I'll put that in.
That's like, not the story or the plot or the cinematography or the acting. Nah. It's Mario. It's a violent version of Mario Party.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like don't expect me to cover other TV shows like that's not related to what I cover here in the channel. Like I mean, I'll cover movies like the Mario movie or the Sonic movie, but other than that, I mean, this is just one of its rare cases. Now to really start this off, I know we talked about how we got into it basically, so let's actually talk about like the show itself. You know, the plot, the games, and all that. At least first impressions.
First things first. Did we like it? Is the thing. Like, what do we all think of it? Did we like it? Did we hate it?
I liked it. It was. I mean, I feel like the series has. I think like after episode 6, that's where it kind of. I mean, there was still some tension, but it's like it kind of had its downhill a little bit.
It definitely got weaker after episode 6 for sure.
After.
I agree.
Episode 6 ending was like the most emotional parts of the entire show, and then like then things just started getting dumber as the show went on. Like I believe episode 7 was when those the golden furry mask
the
people,
VIPs
like, started showing up and they started speaking English and started making 69 jokes, and it's like that's when
that sounds like you, Mark. That literally sounds like you.
Okay. Like my humor is basically that of a 5th grader, but when those guys came out, I couldn't even take it seriously. I thought that part was stupid. I'm like, come on, this is even the humor that I would laugh at, and I didn't even think this is funny.
Yeah, it was pretty cringeworthy, not gonna lie. Especially that's how they interpret Americans.
The VIP.
Like, they could have been written so much better.
Oh, the VIP, that's what they are, yeah.
Yeah, the VIP is like these guys. Like their English was so bad. Like it's not even dubbed English either. It's legit. Some of them were Korean speaking English, but some of them, other actors were they were genuinely American. But they just talk like this. Yeah, I'm talking about this. Wow.
The dialogue was definitely really bad with those guys.
Okay.
But everything else like before that was actually really good.
I do like the scenes with VIPs, but it's just I like to make fun of them because it is just horrible acting, and I just cannot take them seriously. like I don't like them, but it's at the same time it's like it's interesting to watch them just because I can make fun of them. They're literally just horrible actors, and I mean.
Yeah, and they're not meant to be likable either. So even with the bad acting, it makes it even more worse.
Their purpose are meaningless. Like they served really nothing, and it's like if you cut them out of the like season 1, it's like it wouldn't really make much of a difference.
It really wouldn't.
Like the frontman did not really need to bring them like I don't know, especially that one scene where one of the the big VIP man, the 69 man, asked the 69 man look. Disclaimer, I'm not going to really pronounce these names because I tried learning these names and I don't want to offend any Koreans or at least anyone who knows these names fluently. So I'm just going to refer to them to like their characteristics more. Like you got main character, old man, doctor, those people. Like that's how I'm going to refer them as. So I want to be safe as possible. You guys can if you like, but yeah. So 69 man, he literally took along with
69 man. That's your code name for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy who had his ding dong trying to in front of the freaking the spy, the spy,
detective.
The detective, yeah, detective. Like like that shit was weird. Honestly, like it wasn't even funny, and it was that shit was just weird. And,
I don't think it wasn't meant to be funny.
No.
Like
meant to be kind of disturbing and disgusting.
Like the 69 part, yeah, that's supposed to be charmed. That was supposed to be funny, but him stripping and about to like sexually assault like our detective, like I didn't see that as a sign of comedy.
It was just kind of weird. Like
I think it was aiming for it to be uncomfortable, like to be an uncomfortable experience.
Who knows? Maybe Koreans find that kind of stuff funny. Or maybe it was meant to cater for younger people.
I don't even know.
But since we're older, like, we're kind of used to hearing about the old 69 joke that's not really that funny.
But, I mean...
It's funny if you say it right.
Look.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised. Well, I mean, I'm not. I don't know too much of the demographic of Squid Game, but there's like kids. Like when like
Oh yeah. Remember when we were in the freaking elevator at a hotel and there was kids playing red light, green light?
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
we were
I
at,
remember
yeah
that.
yeah. Jamie and I were at Caesar's Palace, and we came. But yeah, we were at the elevator, and these kids literally playing red light, green light. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Even
Oh,
the people in the
that's-
elevator were chuckling because they knew like what was going on.
Yeah,
That's just.
Oh my
I
god.
wonder if they always. I wonder if it's just that they were playing it a friendly version of red light, green light, but.
Oh yeah, they
genuinely
had guns.
concerned-
They had guns.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind then.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, they had
The
our,
children demographic- The children are fucked in this generation.
right. Look,
I would just be worried. Like, I hope kids aren't watching that show.
They are. They are.
yeah,
They even
They
like
are.
freaking banned the costumes, like wearing any of the tracksuits or the employee outfits from schools. Like you couldn't wear that for Halloween for some reason.
Oh gosh.
like when I worked at a retail, yes, I work at a grocery store, but when I was bagging for some people, I did see, like, it was a day before Halloween, I did see a kid wear that employee outfit, like he had like a
I
circle.
was
on
gonna
his-
say if a kid shows up in my place doing trick or treats and he's dressed like that, I'm calling the police on the parents.
Dude, like that show is
Oh.
beyond not for kids. Like you got that disturbing
Nah.
scene with the detective, but then you also got a sex scene and lots of violence with, you know, characters dying, blood
The sex
everywhere.
scene- the sex scene with the thug and the I
The
don't
annoying
know
girl.
how
I
to
don't know.
Yeah, Meow and Meow and Doxu.
I
Yeah,
can't.
like that sex scene was just very uncanny. Like I found it very uncomfortable watching it.
Yeah. A lot of scenes with Meow were really uncomfortable.
I feel.
But I still enjoyed her nonetheless. They're just funny.
I found her annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
me too.
So
I didn't like her.
I found it really enjoyable, to each their own.
I've seen a lot of like gritty, nitty-gritty, mature reality shows like this to have like many sex scenes in it. So I was kind of
Yeah.
used to it at that point because like this is not the only show that I've seen a sex scene in.
I've seen that a lot in like a lot of Korean dramas, especially with the movie like Parasite, which is also a Korean.
I have
drama.
not
Oh, that
seen
one.
I
Yeah,
still
a
have
lot
not
of
seen
drama shows.
Parasites.
Yeah,
To this
that
day,
one's
I-
really good.
To this day, I still have not seen Parasites.
By the way,
Oh, you haven't.
By the way, I love the crazy girl too. She's
Yeah,
just so.
I love her.
I like her.
She's
I
my
like her
spirit
in Reboot.
animal.
I can
Oh
see, like, I can see how she gets she can be annoying, but like, I just can't help but just like, even with the even the way she. We haven't even talked about the English dub yet. Like, even the
Oh,
way
yeah,
she
yeah,
sounds in the
Just about
dub
to
is
bring
so
it up.
hilarious. She sounds so hilarious in the dub.
I was
Oh,
just
gosh.
about to bring up the English dub, saying like, I guess she's funny in the English dub.
Yeah,
like,
she's
there was the
just
scene-
so funny.
The scene
So-
where she's like, the scene when she's praising the friend for coming up with the plan in the tug of war in the English dub, like that scene was just, it was just way too fucking funny.
Oh my god.
For the record, okay, so I only saw, like, when I was actually watching the show, I only saw the opening, like when they were explaining the rules of Squid Game in English, and then when I started watching like the scene with the main character and his mom, and I started noticing like, you know, the lip syncing and their like the way
Yeah.
they deliver their dialogue, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this shit in English. And just
I
did it
actually
Korean.
watched a good portion of the show in English.
I might
only
rewatch
because,
this show.
Yeah, only because my parents decided to watch the show recently, and they chose the English dub of all things. I don't know, maybe they have.
Yeah,
low
my
standards.
mother also watched it on English
Yeah.
because like
And
when I was telling her that I was watching it in Korean, she's like, "But you're not gonna understand it. You're just gonna read the subtitles." And I'm like,
Okay.
"Yeah, but that's like how it was meant
That's the
to like."
authentic period. Experience.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like, you know, if I watched it in English, like my first time watching it, I wouldn't be taking it seriously. I would just be laughing at it. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, the funny thing is that like my mother, unironically, really likes the show despite watching it in English.
My
It's like,
parents too. Yeah, they really
Yeah.
loved it. It's good.
I'm
but
curious to know what they saw in it, that they
Yeah.
couldn't cringe a little bit at it. Because,
And-
like, I couldn't stop laughing at some of the English dub scenes.
yeah, in my opinion, like overall, I don't think the English dubbing is all that bad, but it has its moments where it
Yeah.
doesn't match with the lip syncing, and it just comes off really uncanny and super
Some of the delivery is is really weird.
it just never
Some of the
works
language
with
is-
The
real
thug
life.
the thug sounds too much like Shadow's current voice actor, so I couldn't take him seriously at all.
Really?
Like a
Ooh.
higher pitched kind of edgy.
Yeah, it was very like gritty.
Ooh, Kirk Thorne Shadow. Ooh, but
Yikes.
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't really seen enough of it to the English dub, so I couldn't really give my 2 cents on it. But I mean, I just noticed it lip syncing.
Yeah, we
I
can
only
watch like clips afterwards.
I only
to
noticed
tell you.
it like most of the Squid Game experience I watched was on a plane because these episodes were like 1 hour long, and it's like I was like very invested with the series, and going through my plane ride experience was the best part because it made the plane ride feel so fast as I get to one state to another, and
The show,
Oh, yeah.
each episode was a whole hour, so yeah.
yeah, so so I was able to go through it pretty nice. To start this off, like when for my expectations, I didn't really had any thoughts. I actually asked myself when I was going to watch episode 1 because I had the time to finally watch it, and I wanted to take a break from other things, especially watching One Piece. And yeah, when I watched episode 1, I was getting through the introduction, getting to know the main character, about how he's not a great father. He always kisses up to his mom for money and all this and that, especially with his ex-wife. And it's
He has a gambling addiction.
yeah, and
Ugh.
the show really does a fine job of these characters have they're mostly in depth, and sure, I'm not saying they're bad people, but they made bad decisions, but at the same time you just feel bad for them since they're trying to they're just desperate for ways to get money so they can live a better life. And
And even then, their gambling addiction gets the better of them. So even if they do have the financial stability, they just sort of throw it away.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they start owing money. It piles up.
yeah,
I say the only actual person I can classify as evil is the thug, and the only character that I think is actually a good person is the pickpocket girl. Was my favorite character in this entire series. So I think those are the only two that I can separate their morally great decisions, because they just seem more leaning towards this one is just a cruel motherfucker even beforehand, and the other one actually has a selfless goal.
yeah.
Whereas the other ones, they just need to they're just trying to get themselves out of the shitty situations that they're in, and a lot of them are in it for
Yeah.
similar reasons.
It's and yeah, and it the first 2 episodes really do a great job of building up the story for a really short series. I mean, episode 1 gets you straight to the point. The first 30 minutes is just getting to know the main character, his life, and all that, and then being escorted to this random island where the Squid Games take place at, and he sees there's over how many players are 400 almost 456 players, right? 400?
Yeah.
456.
Yeah,
And
450.
Jihoon's the last one, so that's
Yeah.
his number.
Yeah, so it's it's a really big competition out there, and I didn't really had any expectations. I was I heard many things about it. I heard some people say they got an uncomfortable, very tension series. So I was okay, I'll see how this would go. And I mean, I know this would be death, but I didn't know what the death scene I said, I never seen red light, green light at all. So it's my first impression of seeing that game. The fact that someone got shot, I was holy shit, they're actually legit dying. They're not, I don't know what I was thinking other than they got shot.
It's not metaphorically speaking that they're dead. They are literally dead.
I know, it
They
was
really
freaking
are.
scary. I was holy shit, this is actually kind of it's not super gruesome. The blood and special effects, some of them are pretty good on the makeup department, but it's some are they're pretty cheesy to look at, so it's you just get
Cheesy.
used to it.
Some of it's pretty intense too,
No.
because the glass stepping stones.
Oh,
deaths,
yeah.
some
That
of
was the
them
best- that was the
they
best-
fall
that was the
down
best
and
one.
you see their freaking brains spewing out. of
Yeah,
their
yeah, I
head.
mean,
I was just about to say that part gets graphic.
okay,
Yeah,
there's graphic
don't
part there.
That was actually my favorite game, like of all
You
the
like
choice
that one?
games.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought
that
that
was
was
my
kind of
favorite.
dumb.
Oh.
Wow, that's my least favorite game.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
so many ways you could have gone around that. Why
Yeah.
couldn't the guy who knew like the difference between the weak glass and the stronger glass be like put in front? He could have been like, "Oh, I know the difference. I was an engineer."
Well, here's the
Well, if
thing.
he's trying to win.
Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
he just chose to be in the back. He didn't really
He
want to
chose
help
to be back.
anybody.
Well, here's the thing. He's
Yeah.
also like the front man would have noticed right away because they would have
Yeah.
turned off the lights sooner. Like especially
Yeah, that's true.
so yeah.
They
that-
could have also used like his freaking talents to use.
Yeah, well, he couldn't because the lights will be out. They'll do it sooner, so
Yeah.
they'll make less
Like
progress.
that.
And
Yeah.
One
yeah.
thing-
I mean, the reason why I like it so much is because of, like it's the one that has the most tension, Because like, well, there's tension in the other ones, including the tug of war one, and having to carve out the little symbols from their from the little cookies. I'm gonna call them because I can't remember what they are. It's been a while.
It's like
I mean,
Honeycomb? Is it?
honeycomb.
It's like
but,
yeah, honeycomb.
Sugar, sugar honeycomb.
Sugar
But
honey.
like yeah, like if you fuck up once, like you get shot. But like this one, like I don't know. There's just something about like having to take that leap of faith. If you have no idea what the fuck you need to do, it's like, do you take the risk or do you stand there for as long as you want before some jackass from behind you will just push you? And I don't know. It's that game of like chance that I just find it like intense.
Yeah.
That's why I like it a lot. And honestly, they could have literally bullshitted by having like two glass in front of them break. So it's like, shit, how are we gonna get across? It's like they could have rigged the game so badly with that one.
Oh,
You can
gosh.
literally just rig that game in any way
I-
possible.
I literally would have been the guy that just like winged it and just kept jumping across the bridge.
Yeah, I would.
That would be so
even
mean.
if it breaks, I'm still gonna try to jump.
The reason why I hate this game, besides the fact that it's low-key very unfair, and I thought like the contestants were
I
supposed
feel,
to be
I
equal.
feel like that's
but they were
the, I feel like
saying-
that's the point. I feel like that's
Yeah,
the point.
they were
They're trying to
talking
make
about
it
how everyone was equal and all that, but I don't really. But anyway, the reason why I hate that game so much is because of what happens at the end. Like, it has something to do with my favorite
yeah.
character's debut. Why
No,
the fuck?
yeah.
Why the fuck does all the glass panels have to explode if you run out of time? Because
Yeah.
spoilers, one of the shards impaled the girl, pickpocket girl, in the stomach, and that's the only reason why she like died. She got
Yeah.
shafted
Yeah.
so
That
hard.
That was so
Like,
unfair.
That was
And
so
they said that they
gross. It
tricked
was-
their freaking contestants, right? But in that moment, like there was a big hazard right there that killed
I
her.
I was
Yeah,
so
like,
pissed because she was
that
supposed to
annoyed me
hit.
too. Yeah, she
She
was
was
my
my
favorite too.
favorite
Like,
character.
she was
like
my
they didn't
favorite too. Like I was really annoyed about how she died.
they didn't have to have it like a one-on-one on the end. They just needed. It felt like they just really were desperate to find a way to make it to a 1v1. So they just had a glass shard impale her with all the panels exploding like that, and she got impaled and made her weak and all that, and she dies eventually. And like that pissed me off.
I
The
agree.
other thing that really did bother me, and this is another spoiler, but it's going by like what somebody said was that like they're supposed to play at equal footing, but there are moments in which they don't. With that glass shard being a perfect example, but it also another reason is just that this also kind of bothers me. Why revealing that the old man was the one in charge of everything did kind of bother me, because he decided that he would just wanted to play the game himself too. But it's like he clearly lost this one game, like the marble games, or at least like he let the main character win. So he I don't know, like why didn't they just kill him? Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like if he wanted to be part of this game, like you play this game the way it's supposed to be.
I guess they just
Yeah.
his death or something.
Yeah, that was the ultimate.
Like what I wasn't a big fan of the reveal of him being like the one in charge. Looking back on it, like I can see the foreshadowing now, but it's still, I don't know, like first of all, like the
It kind
purpose
of
behind
ruined
it.
the character for us.
That's another thing, like like it's like in a way like he let the main character win because he was gonna die from his brain tumor anyway, and it's like but he was aware of like the fact that he was being deceived, so it's like it's a matter of just not being selfish and just let I don't know, like there was a message with the 6th episode that would have definitely made the main character grow into a much better person, but it sort of ruined that dynamic when it was revealed that he was the one in charge. And I feel like it didn't add anything. Like I don't think we really needed to know who was the one really in charge, or hell, the Black Mask guy being in charge was already good enough for me. Like, it's just pointless exposition at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ending really left me confused, and it's just, I don't know, it didn't really, it kind of felt like a chore to watch, honestly. Like, I know we're already talking way too soon about the ending, but it's like, since we're already here, I may as well just continue talking about it, but I don't know, like, I don't know what to expect. I mean, it was a not really bittersweet, it was just, I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge, or let the viewers decide how they feel about the ending. But it's just like, yes, the main character won, and also like we can also talk about how the main character. I think Tyson already said this earlier, but yes, he has the obvious massive plot armor in many ways. Like
he got lucky so many times.
like
He really
I think his plot armor really started to shine was the Glass game. The Marble game especially, that was like his biggest plot armor ever. Like that one is just, yeah, he got that one. Like he got one.
Don't forget Tug of War.
Tug of War,
War.
yes, and then also the final game. You could say yes, the final game also counted too. But yeah, it's just like, you know, he won. I know it was obvious he was gonna win too because he's the main character. You cannot just kill the main character, obviously. So
See,
Against the law.
I honestly genuinely thought that the pickpocket girl was gonna win.
I think it would have been really cool if they had like multiple endings, like the main character wins,
Or, like-
or maybe save
like Total Drama?
Like Total Drama, kinda, yeah.
I mean,
or
that's,
at least, like, you know, if it came down to 1v1, or at least, like, you know, an all-out fight between, you know, the main character, pickpocket girl, and the friend, it would have been interesting to have like a you know, a 2v1 type of scenario,
Yeah.
and the main character like saves the pickpocket girl's life, or
Yeah.
they both kill the main bad guy, like the best friend, and they, you know, it really comes down to either wanting to walk away or take the money for themselves, and, you know, then they have to play the Squid Game, and then the main character like lets her win because she has, like, much like how the other girl, like that one scene in episode 6 where I think you guys decided to call her No Purpose Girl.
yeah.
Oof.
I mean, it sounds messed up. I don't know what else to define her as. Like, I did feel bad for her.
Girl
Yeah,
with no
like-
purpose.
Girl with no purpose, like, sacrificed herself because she had, well, you know, as the name suggests, no purpose, and Pickpocket Girl had a selfless motivation. And it's like, you know, to me, it would have been predictable the main character won, which it was, but it would have been hella different if someone else took the victory. And I just think that, you know, if the main character win or lose, like, you know, he just gets a shitload of money and then he has to pay off debt. Like, that's not interesting, you know? Pickpocket Girl wants to change everything for the better for her life and for the life of her brother.
Yeah, and then
like,
free her mom from North Korea.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, like it makes her death more tragic, but I feel like because of her motivations, I was like, there's no way in fuck they're gonna kill her off. Like, she's gonna be the one to win. And I found like most of the show like predictable, like, you know, like, for instance, like there's the twist with the main villain that I sort of like predicted like for a while now with the detective.
The front man? Like, about how they're brothers?
Yeah, the fact that he's the detective's brother, like, I genuinely saw that coming the moment, like, I saw that shit from a mile away. But I genuinely did not see the girl dying. Like, I didn't predict that until the glass shard stuff happened, and then it's like, oh, she's fucked.
Yeah. As I was continuing to say on, he got the money after all, but he didn't really use it because he felt guilty for everything that has happened. Because yes, these people were phased because, you know, it's legit a murder fest, and like the bully guy, you know, or at least the crook, what I know,
The thug.
the thug. The thug, yeah, he literally killed somebody, and he did not care. I was like, holy shit, this guy's legit fucking evil.
Yeah, like the way he killed this one girl for ratting him out, and the moment they found out that they benefit by killing anybody, even
It wasn't
if
a
they're not
girl.
part
It
of
was
the
it was a
game.
weak dude. It was a dude who couldn't defend
Oh,
himself.
okay, well, a dude, yeah, like that was like in the morning, but I'm talking about the nighttime when they had that
When the
all-out
fight was
battle.
going on.
Yeah,
Oh.
like he straight up murdered the girl who tried to rat him out. which to try and rat him out, but they
Really?
did that on purpose, so they specifically wanted this fight to happen.
I didn't remember that part.
I
Yeah,
didn't like.
they did.
Well, I didn't like that scene, not because of like the tension behind it, but I didn't like the flashing lights. The
Oh, yeah,
flashing
that-
lights was just epilepsy at its worst, and it's
Dude.
just it was annoying.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to watch because of all the flashing lights.
I get it. There's
distracting.
tension. I get it. There's a lot of tension, but I genuinely would have preferred it if it was at the dark the entire way through. That would have added a lot more tension because it's like the main character is trying to find.
shit.
Dude, that
But I literally couldn't see shit because I was trying to watch it without getting a seizure. And
Yeah.
it's like it was annoying.
Should have
It
just
was
kept
so
the
weird.
lights on.
dude, that
Or off. Like it doesn't matter. Like anything but the flashing lights.
I still want to see what I'm looking at though.
dude, even
Yeah, let's say.
even the scene like itself, it was pretty scary. That's like the horrifying scene in that show, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
it was literally fucking scary. They were just like, I'm not saying they were teammates, but these people who can all relate. They just like say, fuck it, we can do this, it's allowed. They literally took advantage of that and just literally killed each other without hesitation. Like, that
I
shit was
mean-
scary.
The strong survive, I guess.
I
Yeah.
like
They're
how
just getting rid of all the weak players. Natural selection, indeed.
in that moment, they foreshadow one of the like foreshadowing to the old man being the boss is like as soon as that guy started like crying out and yelling for everyone to stop, that's when the front man decided to stop the whole stop
Yeah.
the
Really?
fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one who
Yeah.
stopped it.
Oh, I
Even
didn't.
even if there wasn't foreshadowing, that was definitely there. Like he definitely tried to. He definitely played into the helpless old man situation to have the fight stop.
Look,
Yeah.
I did watch an analysis video about the old man and the foreshadowing aspects, and there's more than that. There's
a lot
yeah,
of them. There's
yeah.
not like one.
Like he was player number 1 because he decided to start all this. And red light, green light, like how the doll was analyzing all the players.
It wasn't aiming for him.
He wasn't part of it. Like they.
Which
He wasn't
which
showing
I
up
think
in
is-
the scan.
Which I think was bullshit because it's like the whole point was to have everybody as equal footing, but they're giving so much leeway to the old man just because he's the one in charge of everything.
Well, he knows how to play
Like,
the game anyway. It's not like he fucked up.
I know, but it's like he needs to he should be able to play the game the same way as everyone else does. But they're like, for instance, if the doll wasn't aiming at him, then it's like he gets a free pass even if he fucks up.
I mean, like, it's just that like he probably wanted to play more games. That's why. Like maybe he wanted to fulfill more. I don't know.
I genuinely believe he wanted to play the game the way it was intended to play it. That's what it seemed like his motivation was
Yeah,
for
but-
this.
But
He's
just
dying anyways.
Yeah, but like,
Might as well play it.
yeah, but just killing people too. Like Jesus Christ. Like
Yeah,
Jesus.
remember he just wanted to join the game just so he could have fun.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he made it far or
He
not.
has
Like
nothing
he-
to lose at this point.
I
Yeah,
know,
Dying
but it's,
anyways.
yeah, but people are like dying. Yet he's okay with that. Like,
He
fuck.
doesn't
Yeah,
care.
he-
He's the
he-
creator of the game.
Exactly, he created the game. Why would he care? He's like he doesn't. He's the only one that's not. Another foreshadowing one is that when the deaths did happen, like he was the only one that wasn't phased by it.
Yeah. And
I was
also
gonna-
know has a brain tumor and he's kind of a delusional old man. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's like an appropriate kind of behavior that he could exhibit.
It sucks, honestly. Like, I used to like this old man a lot, but after all this, it's like, wow, this guy is a
Yeah.
psychopath. I'm just mixed, but yeah, and overall, what was it? Let's see, what was after the cookie cutter one? Was it the tug of war?
Dalgona?
It was the
Marbles?
Yeah, I think
No,
it
it
was
was-
marbles.
it was the
It was
fight.
going-
No, it was the fight and then tug of war and then Marvel games.
Oh, okay.
The fight, but yeah, like, okay, since you all mentioned that the glass game's your least favorite, what's your favorite game?
I said the
Favorite?
glass one. The glass one was actually my favorite.
I kind of
Favorite?
like tug of war. The more I think about glass stepping stones, the more I hate it. You know another thing you could have done? You have fucking shoes. You can just untie the freaking shoes and then take the shoelace and then just whack your fucking shoes against the glass stepping
Or-
stones. If it fucking shatters, then don't
I mean,
step on that.
would they allow it?
Would they
they'll probably
allow it?
just-
I don't know. There's
No,
no,
they took-
fucking guns around.
They took their shoes off. They took it off when they went on the glass.
Yeah, stick it with you. Okay, then there's freaking light bulbs on the sides. Unscrew the light bulb and throw it at the glass.
Oh my god.
Someone actually pointed out the fact that you could have actually you know, cross the side of the glass, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
instead of-
You
Oh,
can,
I heard, yeah.
you can kind
Like
of
instead of like actually stepping on the glass, like you just gotta put both your legs and spread them out, but like step on the
Yeah.
sides of the glass.
the freaking rails. Just
Yeah,
walk on
exactly. The
those.
rails, the rails.
Yeah, but they're so
That's no
thin
fun
though.
world.
How can you
I mean,
balance
if
it?
I
they let
don't
someone throw a if they let someone throw a marble on one of the things, then why couldn't they do
Okay,
that?
like the person behind you, they'll be your support. Just like tie your jacket like a noose around the person in front of you. If they
Noose?
fall, then just like like a noose.
You know what really actually I found dumb about that scene actually, like like him throwing the marble, is the fact that this motherfucker is like worked with glass, so he can tell like which one is like the glass that would break and which one isn't. But like when he throws the marble, like this is the one and only chance like he gets to either decipher the one in front of him was the one that's fragile or not. But he throws it and he still couldn't tell that it was. He needed to hear the other one, and I'm like, I don't see how
I mean,
the other one would make it better. It just makes it. Wouldn't you be
probably
even
just
more
didn't hear
confused?
it.
Like,
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
I'm not an
just-
engineer.
like
I mean, like, it gets to the point where I'm of the defense that the man that the best friend or the friend like pushed him like as a morally great decision actually sort of saved their lives, you know?
Yeah.
It's like he was wasting their time just like saying, "Wait, I need another one. Shit, I'm
Shit.
useless now."
Damn.
maybe it's just overwhelmed with so much. I don't know, with the situation, and just can't really think of it or can't think much.
Should I use the shoes?
That's the only defense. Yeah, I know, right? I didn't even
Use
think
the
of that,
shoes.
but
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they weren't even allowed to use the shoes. That's the thing.
Yeah.
they
Well,
didn't
there
say-
wasn't even a rule, anyways.
Yeah, I know. This
Who
is
knows?
weird.
Like, the first thing they said was that you must take off your shoes. They didn't specify if you were allowed to shoot them or not. But
Or
that,
the
throw them
freaking
off.
jacket. Or the jacket. Either one.
Well, when they had a time
I-
limit, anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well
I
just
would-
push them one each
I
time.
mean, they
to be
spent
honest.
most of that time just kind of waiting and like being decisive, like which one should you step on. They wasted their time there.
I mean, like, no, the thug actually wasted most of their time because he's like,
Yeah,
I'm not
he
gonna
did.
go ahead. I'm not gonna go ahead and sacrifice myself for you fuckers. And
I
then-
did
let-
like how he and the girl went out though, the crazy girl.
Me too. Yeah,
I
that was
was-
like the perfect send off for both of them.
But
Yeah, I
you-
thought it was quite poetic.
how awkward would it have been if the glass in front of him didn't break?
I thought about that.
Actually, if that was actually the right one to choose of the glass, it was like, oh well.
We'll try to push him off still. Push him off.
Oh my god.
Like, she get like
I
that's
don't-
death by hug. What can I say?
That's my hug.
I'm kind of torn as far as my favorite game. I'm kind of torn between Red Light, Green Light, and the Marble games. Because Red Light, Green Light, because of how sort of
Marbles. The
sort of
Marbles probably my
iconic.
least favorite.
Red Light, Green Light, sort of how iconic it is, and like how it's the Red Light, Green Light was the one game that like introduced you to like, holy shit, this is real. This is like Death Game and all that, and
Death game.
so many parodies on YouTube that I've seen about Red Light, Green Light too. And then the Marvel games, just because like God, the Marvel episode in general was just like,
It was the best
oh my
episode
God.
in my opinion. It was a really good
I think,
episode.
yeah, the episode was really good, but I think the Marble one was actually my least favorite.
Yeah, same here, ironically.
I mean, the marble game concept is not that great, but the way that they executed with like all the great characters and the tension.
Not the
Yeah,
game
makes sense.
itself, not the game
just-
itself, but
Yeah.
everything else that's happening.
Everything else,
I-
and, like how they were able to cheat or sacrifice themselves. That was.
Oh my god, fucking Ali, like
He was done
Yeah,
dirty.
it was fucking betrayed.
He was,
Oh my Ali.
fucking
No, he deserved
fucking
better.
dirty. He was
He was-
done dirty.
He was my second favorite character.
Yeah, he was my favorite, honestly. Like,
We love our sweet boy.
Like,
He was too good for this world.
Sally.
Really
Like-
was.
I was so upset that guy. I mean, what do you define him as? The best friend or the? I don't
The
really.
strong guy.
No, that's
Mechanic.
no. The guy who
I mean, like, oh, the friend?
the childhood friend of the main character. Like they were childhood friends at one point. Like he was
Sangwoo?
Yeah, I call him
Friend.
the friend.
friend. Okay,
Yeah.
call him the friend. I guess I was gonna say he was also. I mean, he was also known as being smart as well.
Smart
Yeah.
friend.
Smart friend, yeah. But yeah,
So
he-
if I could
And
offer,
with insurance, with financial fraud.
yikes. But yeah, I just like. I mean, like I said, there's reason why people do this. But damn, why you gotta do this to Ali? I don't know. Like that episode itself, it sucks that to watch it in the plane. It was not the easiest experience. Like I literally had to hold in my emotions to not get people next to me concerned of why the hell I was crying or something. Like I had to stop the episode for 1 second and just
I was just mention that.
or just play other things. Play I don't know, just play music or something else, or play something that's a little light or not think about it, or just take a break for like a minute or two until I can calm down. Like I hated it. It was like the episodes were emotional. Okay, like with great characters dying. And especially the old man too. Before I knew he was a psychopath, like, yeah, it was a really great episode. But I watched it in the worst timing. I couldn't watch it the full experience I would have liked. But oh well.
I think my favorite aspect on that episode is what happened with Pickpocket and No Purpose Girl, because the stuff that happened to Ali and Sang Woo, or Strong Guy and Best Friend, was really fucked up, but what happened to the girls is the thing that kind of fucked me up the most. And I thought it was done so well too, because like the No Purpose Girl had God, that's getting stale. No Purpose Girl had this idea where like they would just play one round of their marble game, so they literally spent the whole like I think 30 minutes or whatever. I think 30 minutes or 20 minutes. They were just like talking the whole time while everyone else was like playing the game competitively and trying to survive, and those two were just sitting around just talking, and it was just so nice, and I really liked that. It was quite like a different, change of pace when
like they were actually acting like humans.
Away. Yeah, they were just sitting around having a nice conversation, nice change of pace when we cut away from like Sang Woo having a panic attack or the old man having dementia and all that, and it was very nice change of pace from all the other crazy stuff that was happening. And then what happened to them at the end was just it broke me. I love No Purpose Girl. She sacrificed
she only had like
herself.
one episode of screen time. Yeah,
but the
yeah,
thing that she did was very kind of iconic.
so noble.
It was memorable, noble.
And even like
if you knew one of you was gonna die in the marble game, wouldn't you want to fit in that last conversation?
yeah, may as well. Like,
yeah,
dude, like her smiling and saying thank you. God damn it,
It was so sad too, because like Ryu was right though, because like they knew that one of them was gonna die, so they want to at least share what they've experienced with someone else before one of them dies and all that, and talk about what they're gonna do if they get out and all that. And
yeah,
it was very interesting because like that's the first time we've ever seen a Pickpocket Girl like cry, like actually get emotional, because she's like expressionless throughout the whole entire show, but here she's like, this is the only time where she actually gets emotional and like freaks out a little, and it was just so surprising, and it's like it touches me.
Me too.
On it, like just about that scene, it was really well done. And also another thing about that episode in particular, like, I know we're smooching off of episode 6 and shitting on the glass episode, but like,
but it was the best episode.
Well, yeah, I know, but the other thing
but marbles.
Yeah, but with that episode in particular, have you noticed that the how do you say this? Like the more important, relevant characters, when they get shot, they don't actually show them get shot. Like, they like cut away where you hear them get killed, but you don't actually see it. Like unlike the minor characters.
They're still alive.
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh my god.
Ollie's gonna make it.
No, I mean no.
That makes sense, actually.
No, I mean,
same thing goes for the detective. If I didn't see a body, then there's a chance that he could be alive.
No, that's not what it means. That's not what I didn't think of that.
I'm fucking joking though.
No, but what it means is that they don't want to show you. I mean, I'd be an emotional wreck if I saw Ollie die like in front of my eyes. I mean, like in the show, like. But they didn't show him dying. They just had a gunshot and that's it. It was a silent death.
Yeah.
Same with the other important characters. But
they did show his dead body at the beginning of the next episode, though.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember?
We saw him die.
But yeah,
going going back to that detective real quick though, I don't think the detective is dead. That's my
Yeah.
head
If they're
theory.
gonna do a season 2, I feel like they have to keep the detective alive if they want that subplot to still be active.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about that. Like, you know, we got a subplot in this, and honestly, the subplot is just as interesting as the main plot, or
It really
sometimes sometimes even more interesting, if I'm being honest. Like in some episodes, like
Yeah. And I
Like-
didn't think that they'd still keep that subplot into the end. I thought he actually died in the freaking cookie episode because you know that that one guy who held one of the employees hostage and like he had to take off his mask and we got to see what he looked like. I thought that was the detective for the longest time and I was like, wait, he's
Okay.
still here?
Oh, you
He's
thought he
still
was.
here. I thought he was.
we're talking about
Wait,
sub.
They look similar.
Okay, I just came back because like I got like an important phone call. So what did I miss?
We were just
Talking
smooching
about
episodes.
detective.
Yeah, we're switching off episode 6 still, and then
Okay, I left you guys talking about episode 6, and I come back. You're still talking about episode 6.
Right?
No, we were talking about the detective afterwards.
Oh yeah, we're at the
Okay.
subplot. We just started the subplot topic.
Yeah, that B plot went fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I,
guys
I- what-
we enjoyed it. I thought
I
it was
liked
good.
it.
I enjoyed it, but like with how it ended, like it, you know, apparently the creator intended this to be his one and done story, but like with the way it ended, it would have been better. Like it would have been a better cliffhanger ending for a second season, but apparently this is supposed to be a one and done show. So
They-
to me,
I
like,
thought they were gonna do it.
No, they are making a season 2. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
confirmed
they were.
it.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Like I heard it
It's
was
okay.
supposed to be a one and done show. Then I hear there's going to be a second season. Then I hear that the creator wanted to do a second season but couldn't afford it. Then I don't know.
I mean, he's getting money from Netflix right now. All this shit, so I don't
There's
know.
probably gonna be a second
He's.
season
I thought he
because
said
of the
he was.
popularity of the show.
I thought he said he didn't make shit from it, like in Netflix.
I mean,
I don't
that.
know. A lot of
I mean-
people tell me different things.
I mean, the inflation's dude. Everyone and their mother watched this show. Like, he should
Yeah,
be getting.
I'm not saying like it didn't make bank. I'm just saying like did he not make like apparently someone told me that he didn't make any profits of the show's popularity on Netflix.
Oh.
But I don't know. Like I heard many things. I heard he had no intention to make a second season, and then I heard that even if he wanted to, like he wasn't earning any profit from the show. Like he was I don't know.
All I heard is that this show took a while for it to be finally pitched. Like, this was an idea for like a decade,
no,
I think.
that for sure was. Yeah, that definitely happened. Like it took a while for it to be pitched, which is why I did hear like it was supposed to be a one and done thing. You know.
Yeah, like,
Mhm.
but yeah, I really like the subplot. I honestly, I thought it lasted like one episode. I thought he was gonna die really soon, but no, he kept surviving. Like this guy, like this detective is like he is ahead of people's like intelligence. Like
Oh,
this
shit,
guy
I
has
did
high
get
ass
that.
IQ. Like
This guy did get this. Also, the show did get greenlit for some season 2. Actually, damn.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Hey.
A lot of people are wondering if it's going to be like a different Squid Game in like another region or something. There's a lot of theories going around on that.
Well,
like a completely different
maybe.
story.
no,
I
but
can
like
see them like relocating just because the detective did like leak out the information about the current Squid Game.
yeah, but I mean,
if the police even were able to get all that information, it was
Police
very
sucks.
big.
in that show. But no, but the main character at the end, it seemed like he was going to United States to see his daughter, I think. But then he called the front man again because he stole the card from this random guy who almost was going to be a part of it again, Squid Game. But then,
I
And,
wonder,
like,
I wonder how's his life going now that he just took that card from him.
well, I mean, at least
Back
he's
to his old
alive.
shitty life.
Guess
You know
so.
what bothered me is that when the main character, I don't know if you guys like talked about this when I was gone, but like, what I did not like is that when the main character did win, he didn't even touch. Apparently, he didn't touch his money at all. Like, he didn't touch his profit money. So it's like, did you pay the debt that you owed them? Because if you didn't, then how are you still alive?
Who
Because they
knows?
literally threatened his life, you know, and they gave him like a few months. And if he doesn't come back, they were gonna legitimately kill him.
Yeah, I
so
feel like they
I
kind
find it-
of dropped that after a while.
I just find it bullshit that that he didn't touch his money. He at least had to pay that debt at the very least.
Oh, you're talking
Or they
about
just
like the
forgot
gang,
about him.
like the gang in the very beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning. Yeah, before he like those loan sharks that he owed money to. When he did have the money and pickpocket girl like snatched the money from him.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's
Yeah,
We all
exactly.
forgot.
Clearly, but it's like it just doesn't make sense considering that like he had the money, and like they said that they never touched it. He never touched it, but it's like that doesn't make sense then, like because he still had those loan sharks after him.
maybe they got sent to Squid Games and they died. I don't know.
I
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they write
It's all a cover up.
exactly. I don't know. I forgot about that plot. Honest, that little beginning. I forgot that was a motive. But
Oh yeah. Sorry. What did you guys think of like the little mini subplot? Where I guess it's not really a subplot because it's connected to the detectives.
The doctor.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the doctor scenes?
I thought it was kind
Oh
of
jeez.
meh.
Kind of meh.
Like
I
the
thought
thing
it was
is,
kind of interesting though.
it was interesting, but it's like it didn't really amount to like anything by the end. So it's like it's just there, and then there's the tension. Then they get caught, and then they die. It's like it didn't really add up to anything. Like
gonna be
really.
honest.
I mean, it did scare the players a little bit, especially when they did get caught. Like, they even like hung up not just the player but also the employees who were stepping out of line.
I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think I was understanding enough of what exactly was going on, like why
They were-
he's in the
They
autopsies
were
and all that.
harvesting organs of the players just so they can sell it on the black market.
And in exchange for that, like in the doctor's service, they gave him the advantage by telling him what the next game is.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing.
yeah, so
Oh,
Squid Game
okay.
is also it's also a
That's-
black market in disguise.
That's why
that's
they
why-
went. That's why they needed like the players that were kind of still alive, just so they can get their organs because that's when they're the most fresh.
Yeah, that's ugh.
Yeah.
That shit was gross. Like I avoid
It
looking at
is.
those scenes. It's like I just
It's squeamish, but
But like
Okay.
that's part of the reason why I just like at the end of the day, like the payoff just wasn't worth it for me because it didn't like it was just there to add like it would have been cool if the doctor like lasted a little longer for it to add it to something, but it just didn't really mean anything when he did get caught and then killed because he was helping the thug for a little bit. And I don't know, like it just because it didn't really amount to anything, it's like it just kind of made it pointless to me. Like I didn't really care with the the whole them harvesting the organs. Like the detective didn't even confront them about like his brother, except like maybe that one scene when he confronted one of the workers because they said that they harvested someone that was like still alive or something. Yeah, like they even showed it that someone did survive like the red light green light game. He thought it was his brother for a second. So it's like besides that scene, which again like before the season 2 got greenlit, I just didn't think the overall B plot really amounted to anything.
that's fair.
I still think that one part with the doctor just didn't really. I don't know. It just didn't really do it for me. Like you
I
you
feel
could
like you could have fleshed it out a lot more.
my main problem is the fact that like whenever I think about the show overall, if I think to myself, if this was removed and it was never in the show in the first place, would it really change the story? And I don't think it really did, to be honest. Like I don't think it impacted the story in any
you
way.
can say the same for all the subplots. To be honest, like the
It's just
I
a
mean-
small part of the show.
the VIP,
I mean,
detective, and then the doctor scene.
Well, I would have said the detective if they didn't just greenlit the second season. Like,
Yeah.
if this is a one and done show, then I definitely would have wrote the detective scene as like pointless. But now it's actually like a cliffhanger ending, so there's more. There could be more to it. Because like it's obvious that a detective did die. Like I'm pretty sure everybody like can agree that a detective did not die by the end of it.
Yeah, we could. It was really vague. We wouldn't know. But another thing I want to mention. I know I should have replied to this when you talked about the reveal mark way early in this session. But like, I didn't really feel anything, or like I wasn't surprised, or I didn't react to it when it turned out to be the detective's brother. Like maybe I haven't really.
It was very predictable. I genuinely saw that shit. I genuinely saw that shit coming because he was like looking at the files of like the previous contestants. Oh yeah, another foreshadowing on the old man.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
That was
he
another
didn't
one.
have a freaking record in the files.
But like he was looking for a contestant and he saw that his brother did in fact compete and won in one of the games. Yet he's never came back for it. And then he got this big mysterious figure and it's like, you know, this like the detective is trying so hard to like get to know him that it just really felt obvious at the end of the day, like the reveal. It was so like I even said it himself, like, let me guess, the black mask guy is his brother. I almost said father. Is his brother.
It's in Star
And-
Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I don't know, like I found it kind of predictable, like that it was his brother.
I didn't think
Yeah, I
much
thought
on
that
that
was kind
scene.
of dumb.
I didn't
They
think
didn't
much
need
on that
that.
scene. Like
I honestly would have found it better if the brother was actually, you know, some like the one person that they were commenting on already harvesting their organs, you know, or the one that was still alive. Like at least like, you know, there would be a little bit more tension if he was even still alive or not because of the fact that they harvested his organs. I don't know, like any of that would have definitely, I wouldn't have saw that shit coming. Or at least if he wasn't contested but he died, and it's just a matter of like figuring out this entire game and its crazy shit in the first place.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I didn't really react much to the reveal or thought much into that, so I was just okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of how I felt too. Like I was also like, all right. Like I
Like-
kind of like, but the reason why I felt it is because I kind of figured it out. Like I figured it was kind of predictable.
Yeah, I wasn't too observant on that scene as I liked. Maybe I was watching it in the plane, so like I felt like my experience was limited watching it in the plane. I don't know, but Yeah.
Because you have some jackass going beep boop. Yeah, make sure you have your seatbelts on. Turbulence.
exactly, yeah, shit like that. I don't know, but yeah, but yeah, it's, you know, like overall, especially with the ending, I mean, there were some good moments, like how he helped adopt the pickpocket's younger brother out of the shelter orphanage.
After a whole fucking year. Yeah, that was a nice scene.
Yeah, there was a time skip. I forgot about that. Yikes.
Yeah, he literally waited a whole year.
I guess he was processing his decisions. I guess I don't even know.
I get that there's survivor's guilt, but come the fuck on.
And
That's
like,
Ji-hoon for you.
yeah, and
I mean, no character is ever perfect at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's far from it.
yeah.
He was still in a shitty situation, despite having the money to actually fix himself.
Yep.
I guess he didn't want to use it because survivor's guilt, like you said.
I get it, survivor's guilt, but like at the same time, like he could have actually used the money for professional help as well, and he still could have committed his promise.
Shoulda,
I don't
coulda, woulda.
Should have, could have, would have.
Yeah, but the show's to be more
Could've, would've.
realistic already. But the show is far from realism already. You think they'll do that?
Nah, he's not
Yeah.
like the smartest guy at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he's not really. Yeah, he doesn't come across.
He's
as
kind of
smart.
a big dummy.
The fact that his dumbass is gonna go back in there.
And why is he red hair too?
that's
Why did he
right.
dye his hair red?
Oh yeah, that came out of nowhere. Like I know someone tried to explain. Someone told me that it was like it's supposed to symbolize like change or whatever, but like that just came out of nowhere.
He looks
It
tacky
would-
with that color.
I would have like been fine with it if it was like a stupid like if he just said like I've always wanted, if he got the money, like he would be like, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix myself up, perhaps dye my hair, and then see my daughter. Like even like a small little dialogue hints like that, then I would have been okay with it, because that means like, you know, it doesn't seem like it came out of nowhere. You know, it's like if it was like a small like, yeah, I definitely would have done this once I get my money. Then he does it, and it's like, oh hey, he did it. You know, that's cool.
Yeah.
But this time it's like, why did he dye his hair? That just.
Eh.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really question it at the end of the day. I literally
I mean, like, it doesn't
thought
really
was
take
really
away from
funny.
it doesn't really take away from the plot, admittedly, but it's just random.
I mean,
Is
he
it-
just has money now. He can literally do whatever he wants. Then if he decides to just change his hair to red, then he can literally do that. It's not
Yeah.
really a big
True.
plot point. It doesn't really symbolize
Yeah,
anything.
it's not a
It's just the
plot
fact
hole.
that he has money and he can do it.
It's not a plot hole or anything like that. I wouldn't deduct points for it, but it
It
just
just
comes out of
shows that
nowhere.
he's like a different person now that he has.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like my friend told me that it had something to do with like the fact that he's changed. Like that's
Yeah.
that's what it symbolizes.
That's what I was
But it
thinking
just-
too.
And another person told me that it was supposed to be that he was potentially going to go back and end up becoming a worker, which I thought that's way too bizarre.
Oh God, no.
He
You
would
don't
have been a guard if he picked the red card.
Yeah. That's how the guards are chosen. Red or blue.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
what do you guys thought about the final game or the final battle between the main character and then his friend?
It was fun. It was a knife. It was like very one-sided, but you know, I still have fun with it.
Yeah.
At this point, I
Honestly-
was really angry at Songwoo, so I was just rooting for the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of
And then-
forgettable to me. Well, I wouldn't say forgettable, just I don't know. It's just all the other games beforehand was just so much more like
Yeah, like
big and iconic.
you go from all those games and then ending things off with basically a knife fight, and it may seem like the least intense one.
Yeah, it just seems kind of
like,
common.
kind of forgettable, I guess.
Like, give me a fucking dodgeball or some shit. I think that would have been better. I don't know.
No,
Dodgeball.
that would have been very much out of place.
I know. I mean, yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Well, it's not
It's
funny.
freaking total drama dodgeball.
Total drama.
Oh
dog.
Oh
no.
my god.
And,
Or give me a-
it's raining too, which
Or give me a
means it's-
basketball match. I don't know. Or deadly basketball with flamethrowers. I don't know.
How about,
Yeah, I
how
don't think,
about,
I don't think
how about bowling?
basketball is a children's game.
How about bowling?
Yeah.
Bowling. They just
Bowling
go
is not
out
a
for a
children's
casual game
game.
of bowling.
Or
What?
do
Bowling's not a children's game.
No.
It's an everyone game.
I
What do you
think
think children? What? Damn, play fucking hopscotch. I don't know.
If I
Or jump
say-
rope. Why not
No,
jump rope? How come, dude? We could have got a
Jump rope.
jump rope game with 50 players.
Exciting.
I have a counter argument for Tyson. You say bowling is not a kid's game, but what the fuck is Wii Sports?
They used to
Uh,
play Wii Sports.
I don't-
Case closed.
I don't get it, but okay.
It's Wii Sports. It's Wii Sports.
It's E for
bowling.
everyone. Everyone gets
Yeah,
to play
including kids.
Yeah, but like you
it.
don't
And
see
bowling gets to
adult.
play.
Oh yeah, then boxing and Wii Sports.
You don't get.
Boxing.
You don't see adults play like hopscotch or whatever other children's games out there. That's what I mean.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
But anyone can play Wii games, so I don't get it.
Yeah.
it's a childhood game.
Hey, the Wii's a retro console now.
I guess I lose this argument. GG's.
Well, you always lose, Mark. Get used to it.
I know.
Ugh.
Anyway,
No,
Squid
when you
Game.
lose, you die.
Anyway, Squid Game.
Squid Game.
And it's knife fights.
I
Yeah,
love Splatoon.
yeah. You know, like,
Okay, I'm sorry, real quick. Does anyone else kind of find it a little funny how, like, speaking of knife fights, like, it was like, whenever the dinner scene, when it was just the three characters left, and they were having, like, the dinner in that, like, triangle table, whatever, and at the end, they just, the workers just gave the characters knives, and it's like, I don't know why it's a little funny to me. I don't know.
It's like I hope you enjoyed your meal. Oh,
No,
you,
kill
you
each other.
sir,
Really dumb,
it's like sir, you left a knife. Yeah, we know.
It's like, oh yeah, well,
Alright,
time to kill.
time to die.
I don't know, it's so funny.
It's just like it's just funny because it's like the one like random. It's like the one utensil that they have that's like clearly the most sharp and the one that's actually the most for the killing. And they're like,
What-
oops. We
What
like,
if they just
we
did
forgot
that
our
exact
knives.
thing, but instead of knives, they just gave them all spoons?
I was gonna say they all have spoons instead,
Dude,
or at least
dude.
like one of them has a spoon, the other one has a fork, the other one has a knife. Good luck.
Gee, I wonder who has the optical advantage here.
Yeah.
Spoon each other.
you know, during
Yeah,
that,
why didn't Savyuk just take the freaking glass shard out of her stomach and use it to kill Songwoo?
Why did she,
Why-
why did she have to get impaled in the first place, man?
Why can't they just throw a knife at each other in the fucking dinner table?
Because
Uh.
they might miss.
you know,
Man.
at the
Wow.
dinner table when they were eating that, you know, that steak or whatever, the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, is it? Please tell me it's animal meat and not human.
Oh, that would have been disturbing.
I'm pretty sure it's animal meat. It's a pork chop for crying out loud.
Yeah, because like remember the harvesting like organs thing, they weren't aware of it, so
Oh, okay.
We're not
Oh,
freaking chopping up human meat. This isn't Hannibal for crying out loud.
I don't know. This show's already fucked up as it is. It wouldn't surprise me if it's just cannibalism out of nowhere. I don't know.
Am I kind of the only one that kind of wished in that scene that the music would just shut the fuck up? Like, I was
They
so
are loud.
I was so tired of that, like, classical, whatever you call it, music, like, whenever the morning starts and whatever a game starts, whatever, I don't know, it got old on me. I was so tired.
I know what you're talking about now. I'm picturing the music.
Honestly,
And I remember.
they should have just played "Fly Me to the Moon."
Oh my gosh.
Your song
yeah,
choices
that-
was so weird.
Yeah, the music was getting old on me really fast. I just kind of wanted it to shut up.
Yeah.
They made weird musical choices in that game, or the show in period with licensed music.
Did I ever tell you guys that I watched the English dub all the way through? By the way.
Did you actually?
Yeah, like-
Oh my
Did you watch the Korean dub first and then the English dub, or?
Yeah, I basically binged the series twice. I watched all the way through it on the regular sub, and then I watched all the way through on the English dub, just so I could have a better understanding of what exactly is going on and all that.
When did you see? What was your third viewing?
Oh shit, that was my
Oh.
freaking keyboard. Sorry.
Oh,
Rest in peace, the keyboard.
I don't
He's-
even use that keyboard.
Alright,
wait.
fuck the keyboard.
I-
You said you saw it 3 times?
no, I saw it twice, and I
thought you
will.
said-
Maybe I did say
Okay.
3. I was just kind of. Maybe I did say 3.
I heard thrice. That's why I was confused.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Then twice. Then I agree with Jamie though, and what she said before. The dub isn't like awful. It's just like in some parts, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It has its moments for sure. All those clips that you see are probably the worst offenders.
Tug of war.
Tug of war. So funny. Like anytime they have to show like lots of emotion, that's where it gets really bad.
Yeah, the delivery is so weird. It is so.
The scene with the
can think of
crazy
that.
girl and the thug, like before they entered the marble game, like was the one that stood out to me because that's the one where I definitely noticed his Shadow the Hedgehog voice.
Yeah, this bitch is so annoying.
beside you.
Or just
Hey,
everything
baby.
with like Meow. That's so funny.
Yeah, she's.
Don't ever
she's-
call me yet.
You don't think I'll go right here and now? Make
So
some rain.
It's just a completely different experience if you were to watch it in English versus Korean.
We've
But we
got to
don't
like
recommend-
show you
but we
some
don't-
videos.
But we all gotta recommend to watch it in Korean first and in English if you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
have a hilarious time.
Yeah.
I would have liked to know what it's like watching it reversed if I were to do that. If I
You know,
was that-
honestly, I'm down to rewatch it in English just so I can get that experience.
Oh god.
It's just hilarious. It's so bad, it's good.
awesome.
Even though it's not all bad, but
Sure. Is there anything else remaining that we need to talk about, or is that all we got out from?
So-
We
haven't
talked
mentioned
about the
my-
year. Oh, yeah.
I haven't mentioned my favorite game yet.
What's your favorite
Oh.
game?
Yeah. Being one of the only few topics I could actually talk about in somewhat fashionable detail, I like the red light, green light the most.
The
I'm a
first
fan
game?
of games that don't rely or depend on so much RNG, which was what I
RNG.
think all or most of the other games had involved.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
kind
think
of
the-
fair
I don't-
for
I-
almost everyone.
I don't think the honeycomb one was RNG. That one was like you had
No,
to be
but
like
it's still
precise.
kind of like yeah.
Oh no, it's
like,
like, you have to be you have to be perfect. Don't get me wrong, but it's like it's not random based. It's more luck based, you know.
I mean,
Wasn't like one
Yeah.
of the honeycomb shapes like an umbrella?
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
it's kind of RNG in itself.
Just
You
don't
know
choose-
what the show is.
Just don't choose the umbrella.
Oh, you
Yes,
can choose. Okay. Yeah.
Which shape do you think was the easiest?
The umbrella.
Probably
The umbrella
triangle?
was.
the triangle.
Yeah, the triangle.
Yeah, three
Triangle.
straight lines.
I feel like
Honestly,
I feel like it
had
was a
good-
star.
Really, you think the star?
The star.
Yeah,
Uh,
they have
a lot of
they have
edges.
shorter lines, and like you get to be you get like how do you say this? Like with longer lines, you have to be more precise with it, and it does get a little tiring to really to keep it straightened or at least a little more perfect. While with the star, like there's a lot of lines you have to go through. It is longer, of course, but I feel like
the edges might be a lot skinnier, so it breaks easily.
Yeah, my question with the star: how do you bite out the cute angles?
Yeah,
lick it. I don't know.
like it.
Well, yeah, we know that now. But
Like-
imagine if we weren't allowed to, then we wouldn't have a plot, and the main character would have died.
we got a good view of Ji-hoon's ass, so I'm happy.
What the hell?
Ooh, that's what
I
he's
can
going
see
for.
where your priorities are.
Yeah, that's why
I thought it'd be
I
I thought it'd be the 69 man with that one scene with the detective, but all right.
Oh, he's nasty looking.
He is.
Damn.
By the way,
some people might find that hot.
a little nitpick that I have with red light, green light, by the way, is like, I don't understand when some people don't move and they still get shot.
I know, right?
Like, there's
Yeah.
there are some people here and there that weren't moving, but they got shot anyway. I don't really understand it.
It's bullshit bias rigged game. Like, I'm pretty sure if you even played red light, green light in recess as kids, like, I'm pretty sure that would have happened to you at some point.
Yeah, I would have gotten shot as a kid, for sure.
Yeah, they wouldn't make like life-defining decisions. from
I know,
mistakes.
like, I always hate getting shot after playing red light, green light.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a nitpick, but it's just something I noticed.
Yeah, it's like, I think that might have been more so an editing error or something like that, you know?
Who knows?
That's reasonable.
Because, like, you know, you had to get all those people to, you know, move at the, like, I'm assuming, like, all the people that you know, all the extras knew when they were gonna die, so it's just a matter of just them pulling off even the most slight movement possible to get them shot, but sometimes they may not work, or they're probably actually playing the game, but then when they realize, oh shit, I had to die, they just die when it looks like they haven't even moved an inch. I don't know. It's mostly like it's like a editing or a cinematography, like, you know, oversights. But yeah, I see what you mean by it being a nitpick. It's
Probably the reason.
yeah, it's a lot of people.
Also, if I myself was in Squid Game, I would meet my end at Honeycomb. Like I don't see him.
Oh yeah, the honeycomb.
jeez.
I like the honeycomb. I'm not precise one bit. I'm clumsy. I'm stupid. I'm definitely.
I can't do line art for the shit of me. What do you expect me to
What? No, Ty.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I might get fucked on the red light, green light, to be honest. But
I'd probably die the first second.
you'll be the first one to die.
I die before I get there.
You die before you get there.
No,
I die right at the line.
I'd freaking suffocate inside of those vans after they
I die so
spray
I don't
me.
have to participate.
yeah, exactly.
You can't participate if you're already dead.
I think we discussed what we all need to talk about since we're just talking about random stuff at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we touched upon everything.
Yeah,
at least.
I'm pretty sure we did. Like, at least like the major plot points, characters, this and that.
So, final thoughts about Squid Game. Like, what did you think of it, John?
I like it. I can see the massive cult following behind it. Is it overhyped? I don't know. I can't be the judge of that.
I kind of think it is a little bit, but I still think it was a good show overall. I enjoyed the first half, and then I enjoyed like the glass game, but like then, you know, like by the ending, so the reveal of the old man just kind of ruined it for me. I didn't really, you know, again, this is also coming from the same like when before the second season got greenlit, so I was a lot harsher on the ending and the way it ended. So, but now I think I've like sort of chilled about that. Now that I know that there's going to be a continuation, I gave it a 7 overall, 7 out of 10.
I'll give it a rating. I can't even think of an overall rating, if I'm being honest. I can't.
I think the acting and the cinematography is great.
Oh no, it's great. Like Korean
it's just
dramas, they're on point.
It's just the ending that kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
And I mean, not every show's perfect, and I mean, like you can see the appeal. I guess like the first half of the series really got people invested to know all this stuff. Because like that's where it kind of, you know, built it up and peaked, but it did have its downfalls. But for me, I agree with Mark. I probably give it a 7 out of 10 if I do so. If I gotta say so myself, you know, it's just like the reveal, everything. I mean, the pacing's fine. I never really had a problem with it. I don't even think...
It was very well paced, I think, especially by the second episode when you were trying to get to know the main characters for sure.
Yeah, definitely. There's really nothing else I could really put out. You guys already said what I need to say, so I don't want to like repeat things. But I mean, like I said, there was like unnecessary moments that shouldn't have been there. But it's like, well, definitely the sex scene and the 69. Definitely those scenes did not need it. They're fine. They're fine of not being there. Like literally.
I mean, like as disturbing as it was, I think I see the point of why it was there, because that was when she made the promise that if the thug betrayed her, she would kill him.
They could have done it in better ways than just fuck each other.
Okay,
Like,
yeah. In a perfect world, we'll never have to see a fucking sex scene in TV or video games.
no, like I mean, I'm not
That
against.
perfect world.
It's just like my mentality is I feel like every trope with Netflix, they always have to have some sort of make out or sex scene. I feel that's a Netflix thing. I don't know. Like that seems to be
you be
common.
right.
Why else would people watch?
People are horny.
I don't know. It's just like it's just forced, honestly, for my mentality. But I mean, each to their own. But
Don't forget there are kids that watch this.
yeah, yikes.
Oh yeah,
But
well, it's education at this point.
damn.
It's
But yeah,
educational.
hey, I agree with Mike though. I mean, that's all I gotta say. You guys move on. I don't want. I got nothing.
Yeah,
else.
what did you guys? Well, like, what about the rest of you three? Like, what would be your overall rating and your final thoughts on the show?
So I basically just have the same consensus as you and John. Like, I really liked the series. I thought it was very good overall, except for like maybe the ending where it kind of dragged. I feel like that also has to do with the fact that a lot of people, they binge shows on Netflix. Like, it's really strong in the first, and then as you go on, like, you gotta kind of get burned out from the series, and that's where, like, at that point, yeah, the show did get kind of worse for me. But overall, I really liked the show. I think they could have done the old man stuff a lot better. I feel like he didn't have to be like the big twist of the show. But I give the show an A-, the Chris Stuckman way.
An A minus.
A minus.
Yeah.
I'll go
Alright.
after you.
Well, yeah, I have to say I pretty much am the same with you three. Like, but
You were praising this show like it's freaking
I
I
know.
don't know, William Shakespeare quality. Like,
I really love it though. I really do love the show. I see the problems though. Like you can love something and not see. You can love something and still see the problems with it. But like I really loved it though. It was so fun to watch. I was just as invested as you are because I binged it, of course, and I luckily didn't really get burnt out. Like I literally binged it in one night, no kidding, because I was just that invested in it. I love the characters. I love the chemistry that some of the characters have. I love how the scenes were done. I'm kind of a sucker because I'm kind of a sucker for these types of like shows. Like, you know, Jamie, you remember watching escape room movies with me? Like,
Oh, Escape Room? Yeah.
yeah, like
I
these.
mean, yeah, I like the concept behind those movies, but the freaking everything else, the cinematography, the freaking acting, the actors just doing a piss poor job at everything. Like, that's the only reason you watch these movies, just the way that,
Yeah,
just how cringeworthy it is.
like I'm a sucker for these types of shows. I guess I'm not saying that I like watch people dying and everything. You know, of course not. I know it's all.
It's okay if you do. This is our
We don't
circle.
judge. We don't judge.
We don't judge. If you think it's okay seeing people get murdered, hey, you know, if that's your cup of tea.
I know
I'm
it's all.
calling the police.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's all fake, but yeah, I'm a sucker for these type of like death game type shows and all that stuff, and all these, you know. I've watched a lot of horror and drama and like gritty drama shows that have a lot of sex scenes and all that stuff. So I was pretty used to it whenever it happened in the show, so I didn't really care that much when those types of things happened. Some moments really like got me pretty emotional. I rarely get emotional when I watch shows. Like it's very rare for it to happen to me whenever I watch something, and this show got me pretty close to it, especially the marble games, obviously. And yeah, all the you know, I guess the most thing that I have to say I really love about the show is the chemistry and the characters. Like I like the friendships and the I guess fake friendships too.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And
the
all that, and
betrayals.
the betrayals. But it's like it's really good when it happens because it leaves you an impact. You really thought that these two were gonna be good friends. They would stick together to the end and not do that, but leading to the
Allie's death really like broke my heart.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
It's just a really overall good show. I really like it, and yeah, I'm very hoping. I personally hope that they continue the story in season 2, and not like have it where it's a completely new cast and like a new a completely new Squid Game in a different region and all that, and just do a different story. I really hope they continue the story because I'm interested to see where it goes. Because yeah, the ending did kind of drag, but it did kind of it still left me hanging on to want to know what happens next. So yeah, overall pleasant experience. Glad I watched it. I give it a 15 Oreo cookies out of 10.
15 Oreo cookies out of 10.
That's better than perfect.
But that's a unique rating
ooh.
system.
With a very more realistic rating than I guess like an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Sounds like a 9.
Okay.
Sounds like a 9 more than an 8.
This is a 9. I give it a 69 out of 10.
Oh,
No!
The VIPs came back in full circle.
No!
Oh, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Any joke?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, if I can't bet on 69, might as well vote on 96.
96.
Alright, Ryu.
Alright, well, disclaimer at the very end of the podcast, aside from the beginning, I can only judge this based on my impressions and what I know about the story, and I guess what I learned from this discussion as well. It sounds like this story is pretty dang interesting. There are numerous plot points that would reel me in. I think what they have going on in the first episode particularly is a great first impression for the viewers. Already having red light, green light, a game that is memorable that other people could probably relate to playing as well. And I guess also the memes that came out of it, the way that it was designed is very something that could generate a lot of conversation among the viewers. And the other games look interesting as well, but I imagine if I were to watch them, I might get angry, partly because of the RNG elements and the unfair things that I hear happening in them. And
Life is unfair.
yeah,
What can I say?
yeah. But
Don't put
yeah,
yourself in
again,
debt. That's the
overall,
message.
really interesting concept. Would I watch it if I had time? Sure, but since my time is limited, I probably would not.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're the only one here who hasn't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, I can't really do it.
It's alright.
It was my fault it was my assumption that he'd watched it. That's why I brought it in, because like I thought he watched it just judging from impressions.
I also gave John the disclaimer that I did not watch the entire episode or the whole thing, and since
It's
John still let
like,
me in,
that's
I'm
fine.
like,
That's fine. Get in here, Ryu.
yeah.
I don't know, I don't want to kick him out, but whatever. At least he got background noise. I don't know.
No, this was
That-
really
that's all
interesting
you
to learn
assume?
about.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well,
We're glad you're here anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry that we spoiled everything for you.
No, I already knew the story. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much concludes of everything we gotta talk about. We got about our systems and all this and that. I need to use the bathroom. It's always a gag.
Uh,
But
Yeah, me too.
I used the bathroom before I came over here. The fuck?
no, you used it when you were gone for like 10 minutes.
No,
Whatever.
I was just getting water.
Whatever. Well, anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this and got through this experience. Don't expect us to talk about movies related to any Korean drama or anything else, unless I got
next
nothing to
episode-
talk about.
Next episode, we'll be talking about Train to Busan. All right.
We're gonna be
I'm
talking
actually
about-
thinking
Yeah, I've never seen Train to Busan. Train to Busan's pretty good.
Oh man, this is I picked the topics, okay, and it's mostly focused towards gaming, and this is a game.
Alright, we'll do a Mark's channel then.
On to Mark's fan.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, do it for the Sludcast, not here. Here, this is the only exception. I'll let it slide, but otherwise,
Why don't we call this a Squidcast?
no. What?
Hey, squiddies.
Squidcast.
Whatever. But yeah, so don't expect any other things related towards Squid Game or movies, or at least anything. Well, I'll talk about the Sonic movie too. That's about it.
we still need to watch
That's
that
right.
together.
We do.
The movie's not even out yet.
The first
which
one.
movie?
Yes,
The
the
first
first one.
I said
yes.
Sonic movie 2, and then Tyson was
Oh.
like, "Oh, we need to see that movie."
Yeah,
I was like,
No,
Yeah,
Sonic movie 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I understood what he was trying to say.
whatever.
It's like you still have to see the first one.
Yeah, so But yeah, so that's a disclaimer I gotta mention. So I apologize if you guys were expecting something different. But I want to try and branch out by doing podcasts in some way. And I thought doing what's popular right now, even though the hype is slowly dying down in some way. I mean, I guess I'll still do it. Better late than never, like I said earlier. But yeah, I'll try this once a month thing. It's just an experiment. If it works out, cool. If not, I'll still do it and see how.
You guys decide. Was this video worth it? Did you guys enjoy it? Leave a like, comment,
Did
and
you make
subscribe.
it through to the end?
Ring the bell. Also,
I mean, I mean, people just either play in the background. I don't know. That's what I would do. But yeah, it's all for now. Next month I'll come up with something different. It'll be way different than Squid Game, so don't expect much. That's all I can say. So that's enough for now. So thank you for watching, guys. Or more so listening rather than watching, because you're going to see mostly images. That's all for now. So thank you for watching, guys. And until then, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
later,
Yeah.
sluts.
Later,
Later, sluts.
Bye.
gamers.